It's finally happening, and 99% of people have no idea what they've just stepped into. The Moon and Venus are moving toward each other, creating a force that's shifting everything around you. You can already sense it. The tension in conversations. Some of you keep waking up at 3 a.m. The text arrives at the exact second you were thinking of that person. Even random moments like a song or a headline online make you stop and notice. This isn't astrology, as you've been told. It's bigger than astrology. Beyond retrogrades, beyond surface moon phases, this is prophecy unfolding in real time. And as we move toward the new moon, 9 mistakes you must avoid, because the next few days are not normal. They are the turning point. So stay with me, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and type 77 in the comments below. The Moon and Venus are drawing closer, creating a unique alignment that opens a door to connection and clarity. From August 21st to 25th, this is not just another transit. It's a moment where old energy meets new direction. The Moon carries emotional insight, while Venus amplifies attraction, relationships, and self-worth. Together, they illuminate what's ready to shift in your daily life. Friendships, and even small decisions you've been putting off. Astrologically, this window coincides with Mercury moving into a reflective zone, encouraging reflection on commitments and communications that no longer serve you. It's as if the universe is asking, what are you ready to claim? Ancient astrologers called this the Venus Gateway, a time when hearts, connections, and intentions are tested and strengthened simultaneously. Myths speak of Venus as the guide through thresholds of love and alignment, and the Moon as the mirror of our inner compass. The convergence happening now is activating insight, timing, and magnetic clarity. Small encounters, a friend reaching out unexpectedly, a message arriving at the exact moment, are not coincidences. They are markers guiding you through the next stage of this cosmic window. Right now, the subtle pulls in your day aren't random. The skipped lunch with a friend, the work email that lands just as you're about to leave, even the way a colleague reacts, all of it is part of a deeper shift. Your inner wiring is adjusting, your heart and mind sinking in ways that your usual routines can't track. The Moon and Venus moving together is stirring more than emotion. It's activating layers of your consciousness that were waiting for alignment. The first mistake many make is trying to force resolution in relationships before clarity arrives. You might feel compelled to text someone you've been avoiding or confront a lingering tension, believing action will fix it. During this convergence, pushing too soon only distorts what the universe is trying to reveal. The push triggers old loops rather than new growth. Patience isn't passive, it's strategic. Letting insight settle allows authentic shifts to appear without confusion or regret. The second mistake is overriding your intuition with external validation. A friend's advice, an online post, or a casual comment at work may tempt you to ignore your own signal. Right now, your intuition is tuned to subtle frequencies guiding you toward alignment. Listening to anything else clouds the pathway. Simple acts like journaling or reflecting quietly while walking strengthen the signal. The clarity you're seeking isn't in the noise, it's in the subtle pulses that your mind often overlooks. The third mistake is staying in environments that drain rather than amplify your presence. A cluttered desk, neglected corners at home, or endless scrolling through feeds can weigh on your field. These are not just physical distractions. They act like static, slowing down the upgrades streaming into your light body. Clearing space, even in small steps, opens pathways for intelligence, magnetism, and heart-centered clarity to flow in naturally. This alignment is not about chasing dramatic experiences. It's about subtle transformation that rewires how you move through life, how you magnetize relationships, and how you claim your next level of self. Each signal, each pause, each choice to wait, to listen, to clear space compounds into a spiritual upgrade that is precise, intelligent, and completely personal. By avoiding these three mistakes, you step fully into the portal, ready to embody a version of yourself that was previously just beneath the surface. From August 21st to 25th, subtle shifts ripple through your daily routines in ways you might not immediately recognize. It's not random tiredness or moments of distraction. You may catch yourself staring at your phone longer than usual, skipping meals, or zoning out mid-conversation with friends or colleagues. The Moon and Venus moving together is stirring currents inside you that push old habits and unprocessed tension to the surface, making the familiar feel oddly heavy. One sign of this activation is waves of sudden restlessness, almost like your mind is orbiting a problem you can't name. That mental turbulence is not a flaw. It's an internal recalibration, an invitation to align your choices with a higher frequency. Another symptom is intermittent ringing in the ears or subtle heart contractions, signals that your inner wiring is adjusting to a new resonance. These aren't disruptions. They are markers of your system tuning to a deeper intelligence. The fourth mistake many make during this period is ignoring these signals and powering through life as if nothing is shifting. Long meetings, constant scrolling, or late nights amplify the turbulence instead of allowing it to settle. The fifth mistake is overcommitting emotionally, trying to please everyone, smooth over conflicts prematurely, or chase reassurance from relationships that are already in flux. These behaviors drain clarity and block what's trying to emerge naturally. The sixth mistake is underestimating small physical shifts. Fatigue, lightheadedness, or sudden fluctuations in appetite are easy to dismiss as normal. But during this alignment, they are proof that your system is processing accelerated currents. They are not weaknesses. They are markers that transformation is in motion, tangible signs that your internal compass is adjusting to the new thresholds this window presents. From awkward moments in traffic to unexpected flare-ups with friends, all the micro-signals you experience are part of a broader pulse, a momentum designed to move you forward. Every interruption, every wave of tiredness, every fleeting frustration is part of a rhythm you cannot yet control but can honor. From August 21st to 25th, the days through new moon are stirring currents that pull what has been quietly tucked away to the surface. Moments you thought you had moved past suddenly flare with intensity, asking for recognition rather than avoidance. Memories, unresolved tension, and parts of yourself you've sidestepped now demand attention. The moon amplifies these waves, reflecting patterns back that were previously hidden from casual sight, making what was once easy to ignore impossible to bypass. This is when the seventh mistake often appears. Many rush to explain away discomfort or push through interactions without pausing to examine what's rising. Doing so keeps you trapped in old cycles, repeating the same emotional loops instead of transforming them. The eighth mistake is trying to rationalize the impulses or judgments that surface during this time, pretending that quick fixes or distractions can dissolve what your inner world is signaling. Neither avoidance nor overthinking can untangle these threads. Karmic echoes and soul wounds now emerge with remarkable clarity. Relationships, professional stress, or unresolved personal conflicts act like mirrors, showing precisely where energy has been misaligned for years. Jungian psychology teaches that facing these shadows isn't about labeling yourself or others. It's about becoming fluent in the language of your inner universe, observing what triggers, what resists, and what silently pulls at your attention. The moon's current cycle magnifies this reflection, turning ordinary interactions into diagnostic mirrors for growth. You may notice heightened sensitivity to seemingly small events. A casual comment from a friend, an unexpected message, or even a song playing in the background can unlock emotions you've tucked away. These are not coincidences. They are accelerators, signals for you to engage with what has been lying dormant. Ignoring them only prolongs stagnation. Navigating this window requires patience with yourself and acknowledgement of what surfaces without judgment. By resisting the seventh and eighth mistakes, you allow these waves to flow through rather than against you. Emotional clutter clears naturally when observed rather than suppressed. and what remains is clarity and integration. Each interaction, each reflection, and each insight during these days through the new moon offers a chance to confront what you've avoided, releasing cycles that no longer serve and preparing you for the next level of your inner evolution. The Moon and Venus conjunction is igniting a wave of recalibration that pulses through your core, aligning your inner compass with frequencies that have long been dormant. The subtle currents in these days are not ordinary. They are invitations for your system to open, to expand, to remember capabilities that have been waiting patiently beneath the surface. This is not about pushing or forcing, it's about activation, a magnetic pull guiding you toward clarity, confidence, and empowerment. From August 21st to 25th, the energy flows in a way that accelerates light codes within your body, awakening dormant circuits that carry information from experiences you have yet to consciously integrate. Chakras respond in a fluid rhythm, spinning, opening, and reconnecting to dimensions of awareness that were inaccessible before. You might notice flashes of insight, sudden creative surges, or even moments of deep resonance that seem to have no source. They are signals that the system is realigning itself for the next stage of expression. The ninth mistake many make during this window is resisting these surges, trying to rationalize what cannot be measured with logic or reason. Attempting to force outcomes during this time actually slows the activation process. Instead, allowing the pulse to move through you, acknowledging it without judgment, creates space for transformation to unfold naturally. The 10th mistake is underestimating the subtle shifts, assuming that visible results must appear immediately. True recalibration often begins internally, in layers that are invisible, until integration manifests outwardly. This conjunction also opens doors to new spiritual capacities. Intuitive insight sharpens, creative problem-solving becomes effortless, and you may find yourself attracting experiences or people that reflect the growth already occurring within. These are not coincidences, they are reflections of your frequency syncing with the expanded reality now available. Each moment of clarity, each spontaneous inspiration, and each subtle alignment of your intentions is a ripple in the energetic field, reinforcing the activation taking place in your system. Your capacity to receive is heightened, and resistance only dilutes the process. The energy of the Moon and Venus conjunction encourages boldness and authenticity. It is a reminder that transformation is not just an idea, it is embodied. Physical, mental, and emotional layers align as the light codes integrate, leaving a sense of coherence and empowerment. You are stepping into a phase where choices are guided less by old habits and more by resonance with your higher capacities. By leaning into this, by moving with the currents rather than against them, you become a vessel for your own evolution. You are not simply witnessing change, you are the conduit through which this recalibration flows. This is your activation, your moment to unlock gifts that have been quietly accumulating, ready to illuminate the next chapter of your path. The Moon amplifies the clarity, and Venus ensures that each layer of transformation is aligned with what your heart and higher self are prepared to receive. The Moon's shift during this window is revealing threads that have been quietly influencing collective perception for months, and the Moon itself is acting as a subtle amplifier, stirring alignment across invisible networks of thought and intention. What unfolds is not merely a personal recalibration, it ripples outward, touching spaces that extend far beyond individual awareness. The sensations that arise, unexplained waves of clarity, sudden insight, the magnetic pull towards certain people or ideas, are markers of a resonance that is already reshaping the global vibration. Each soul that tunes in consciously contributes to a field that is reweaving itself, aligning with frequencies that encourage authenticity, transparency, and refined. From the moment the Moon engages this conjunction, subtle shifts begin to manifest in ways that can feel disorienting but are deeply instructive. This is a stage where the mind may instinctively seek linear explanation. Yet, linear reasoning cannot map what is happening. Instead, the body and intuition act as early indicators of alignment. Thoughts and decisions that once carried hesitation now feel lighter, guided by an internal radar that responds to harmonics rather than logic. The moon's influence heightens sensitivity, not as a vulnerability, but as a tool, allowing the subconscious to register resonance on a scale rarely accessible in ordinary circumstances. The fourth mistake in this collective window is resisting these intuitive cues, assuming they are distractions rather than signals of attunement. When ignored, the subtle threads of guidance fray, slowing the ripple effect that could otherwise amplify your personal clarity into collective impact. The fifth mistake is clinging to certainty too tightly, attempting to force experiences or relationships to conform to old expectations. This constriction blocks the moon's calibration from extending outward, keeping your potential influence muted. The sixth mistake is allowing reactive impulses to dominate interactions, projecting unresolved tension into spaces where it interrupts broader alignment. Each of these missteps, if repeated unconsciously, creates friction that slows not only personal transformation, but also the resonance you are contributing to the collective field. Consider the moon shift as a mirror reflecting back not just personal readiness, but collective thresholds. When clarity strikes, it often arrives in forms that cannot be forced. Sudden realization during a mundane task, a quiet decision that changes a course, an insight into relationships or work that shifts dynamics without dramatic effort. Each of these subtle activations carries frequency. The more consistently a person honors these nudges, the more the individual vibration becomes a coherent signal that strengthens the broader alignment of energies operating around us. This global energy shift is not abstract. It is measurable in the ways synchronicities begin to increase, the way certain conversations recur in multiple contexts, the way communities respond simultaneously to the same intuitive guidance. This is not coincidence, it is the moon amplifying the effect of conscious presence. When people engage with their inner recalibration, they are creating templates that extend far beyond personal circumstances. The moon's influence ensures that each adjustment reverberates outward, affecting groups, networks, and eventually large cultural and social currents. The personal choices made during this phase act as anchor points. Subtle intentional practices, clarity of intention, conscious reflection, momentary pauses to recalibrate become the bedrock of influence. They carry weight not because they are dramatic, but because they are coherent, consistent, and harmonically aligned with the moon shift. When these small but precise activations are maintained, they form channels that allow the collective field to reorganize in ways that support higher coherence, intuition-driven action, and refined perception across multiple layers of interaction. For those navigating the moon shift between August 21st and 25th, the challenge lies in resisting distraction. The seventh mistake emerges here: misinterpreting subtle shifts as inconsequential or imagining that delayed outcomes mean failure. Every incremental adjustment is a building block. Ignoring these moments limits the potential for alignment to extend outward. The eighth mistake is engaging with external influences unconsciously, allowing reactive impulses or habitual judgments to override intuitive resonance. Doing so injects turbulence into the broader energetic field, slowing the synthesis of personal insight into collective realignment. Throughout these days, the moon encourages reflection not as an internal exercise, but as an outward-facing calibration. How you engage with your surroundings, how you modulate your responses to interpersonal dynamics, how you navigate subtle inclinations, all of these become threads in a broader tapestry. Every intentional pause, every measured action, and every recognition of personal resonance against external stimuli amplifies the reach of the transformation. Your inner alignment becomes a signal. The moon acts as a lens, focusing these signals outward, subtly harmonizing with other aligned frequencies. The first stage of this process is about noticing the patterns of influence that extend beyond personal experience. Even minor choices ripple, changing the tone of conversations, altering group dynamics, and subtly influencing decisions in ways that may not be immediately visible. The moon shift emphasizes that transformation is not isolated. Personal clarity is inseparable from the subtle ways it informs collective resonance. As each individual integrates these recalibrations, the energy field collectively becomes denser, more coherent, and better equipped to hold accelerated frequency. Activation during this period is nuanced. Physical, emotional, and mental adjustments are part of a system-wide orchestration. Moments of discomfort, heightened awareness, or sudden clarity are not anomalies. They are indicators that the moon is coordinating refinement across multiple layers of perception. Those who honor these moments experience a deepening of influence, a heightened capacity to align with opportunities that reflect not external expectations but internal harmonics. Every interaction, thought, and choice during this phase carries amplification potential. The moon ensures that what is settled within the individual field resonates externally. This is why mindfulness, intentionality, and measured observation are not optional. They are essential components of contributing meaningfully to the collective shift. Personal alignment is a conduit. It directs frequency into spaces that support coherence rather than chaos. The Moon and Venus conjunction is amplifying subtle frequencies in ways that touch both personal and collective thresholds. During this phase, choices no longer remain isolated. Each decision, no matter how small, resonates outward like a signal, reshaping interactions, intentions, and even the underlying tone of thought patterns in networks of connection. Those who remain aware of their responses, calibrating instinctively rather than reacting impulsively, discover that the moon's influence acts as a catalyst, deepening clarity while revealing layers of previously unnoticed alignment opportunity. The window from August 21st to 25th is not merely a temporal marker. It represents a concentrated zone where attunement becomes tangible, where resonance begins to manifest in ways that can be observed in both subtle currents and significant shifts in group consciousness. During this period, the ninth mistake is underestimating the impact of collective influence. Individual attunement is not only about internal clarity, it becomes the thread weaving larger patterns of connection. Every interaction, every subtle adjustment to communication or intention contributes to an ongoing calibration of the collective field. Ignoring this amplifies dissonance, slows the integration of higher coherence, and reduces the potency of the energetic shift the moon is facilitating. The 10th mistake is overextending influence outward before first grounding alignment internally. Attempts to correct or guide external circumstances without first anchoring personal resonance often create friction rather than flow. The moon's guidance during these days encourages a form of radical attunement, noticing impulses, observing reactions, and aligning actions with an internal measure of harmony. These practices are deceptively simple, but incredibly potent. Each act of deliberate attunement sends a frequency outward, harmonizing with other aligned frequencies and contributing to the subtle yet powerful reorganization of collective interactions. Become less about persuasion or control and more about resonance, a magnetic pull that synchronizes energies around clarity and authenticity. Energy shifts manifest in ways that challenge conventional expectations. Situations that once felt immutable now respond to subtle recalibration. Group dynamics previously resistant to change begin to shift as individuals hold coherence within themselves. The moon amplifies this process, signaling when influence is harmonized and when interference occurs. Misalignments are immediately perceptible as tension, discomfort, or distraction, while moments of resonance feel like effortless alignment, even when significant adjustments are unfolding beneath the surface. Activation during this window is layered. Physical awareness, emotional clarity, and mental observation all serve as barometers for alignment. Each wave of insight or realization is part of a larger network, a chain reaction in which individual attunement informs collective resonance. This is not theoretical. It is observable in communication patterns, collaborative decisions, and the emergence of solutions that seem to materialize spontaneously when the moon's influence is acknowledged and honored. During these days, the 11th mistake is mistaking intensity for disruption. Heightened awareness, rapid realizations, or shifts in perception are markers of engagement with the moon's influence, not signs of instability. Those who resist these indicators or dismiss them as coincidental slow the expansion of both personal and collective clarity. The 12th mistake is assuming that visible change is required to measure impact. True resonance manifests in subtle adjustments: how interactions flow, how decisions feel aligned, how synchronicities begin to cluster rather than in dramatic transformation. The moon shift from August 21st to 25th provides a rare lens for observing interconnectedness. Each step taken with attention, each decision made from a place of inner attunement, contributes to the formation of a coherent, energetic field. The moon amplifies what is already providing a mirror that reflects both obstacles and potentials. Those who engage consciously discover that influence is never linear. It spreads, circulates, and catalyzes in unexpected ways, reinforcing alignment when sustained and revealing misalignments when neglected. By holding a consistent internal frequency, individuals catalyze ripple effects that extend far beyond immediate awareness. Conversations shift naturally, opportunities align with preparation and resonance, and group interactions subtly reorganize around clarity rather than compulsion. The moon magnifies these shifts, making the connection between personal attunement and collective movement tangible. Intentional presence during this window ensures that the signals you send resonate harmonically, attracting outcomes that reflect the expanded frequency rather than the old reactive habits. The final stage of this process emphasizes integration. Awareness alone is insufficient. Each wave of insight must be acted upon through measured, intentional alignment. The moon highlights areas requiring attention, gently pushing against stagnation and providing a framework for transformation that combines personal coherence with collective resonance. By navigating this period with attention and care, the ripple of individual attunement becomes a wave of collective recalibration, where personal clarity intersects with shared consciousness in ways that are both profound and observable. Start with grounding through movement that resonates naturally with your body. Flow through gentle stretches or deliberate motion that awakens circulation, and as you move, visualize your energy expanding outward, connecting to light, sound, and subtle vibrations around you. Let each motion carry a message to your deeper self, unlocking layers of alignment that often remain dormant in daily routine. Next, focus on creating a sacred circle of clarity. Gather items that evoke harmony, crystals, plants, or simply natural elements from your environment. Arrange them intuitively, not with rigid structure, allowing your instinct to guide the placement. Sit within this space and breathe deeply, letting attention settle on the sensations and subtle cues within your body. This is not meditation in a traditional sense. Another potent practice involves vocalizing intentions through sound. Use tones, hums, or words that feel vibrant in the body. Allow the vibrations to flow freely, tracing through the center of your being. Sound shapes energy in ways that thought alone cannot reach, creating a bridge between your inner clarity and the outer field. Repetition is not required. Instead, focus on authenticity and resonance. Closing the cycle. Honor integration by walking lightly through your space or outside environment. Observe how your perception shifts, how interactions and thoughts feel clearer, how synchronicities appear without force. A short pause, a mindful gesture, a small act of presence amplifies the work done, anchoring it within. These activations are designed to expand your capacity to embody alignment effortlessly. They are invitations to listen, respond, and move in sync with your inner. Each layer of this practice, when performed with awareness, strengthens your connection to clarity, presence and momentum. The Moon and Venus converge to guide transformation subtly but powerfully, leaving you aligned, coherent, and prepared to carry this resonance forward into every aspect of life. From August 21st to 25th, the Moon and Venus are guiding a rare alignment, inviting a deep reset for your heart and intuition. Take a moment to honor where you are and what has stirred within you during these days. Your presence here is a signal that you are ready to step into the clarity and light that has been quietly calling you forward. Type a power phrase in the comments that resonates with your current truth. It could be a word, a mantra, or a declaration that ignites your inner strength. Sharing it anchors your intention and allows your energy to ripple outward, touching others who are navigating their own journeys. Reach out to someone who may need a gentle nudge or a reminder that transformation is possible. Share this video with them, not just for the insight, but as a gesture of support, connection, and encouragement. May the Moon illuminate your path with quiet wisdom, and may Venus bring the harmony and courage to embrace your unfolding. Step into these days with confidence, knowing that every moment of openness and attention amplifies your alignment. Receive this as a blessing for your continued growth, your radiance, and your evolving journey.